Have you heard? Elon Musk says Neuralink has implanted its first brain chip in humans. Can you believe it? For people who have suffered life-changing injuries, the future is definitely looking bright. For the rest of us, we're about to enter an entirely new age. I mean, something straight out of sci-fi. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Focus. So Neuralink, a company owned by Elon Musk, has implanted its first brain chip in humans. And it says the patient is recovering well with signs of promising neuron spike detection, says the startup's founder. Elon Musk, the billionaire founder of the neurotechnology company Neuralink, has said the first human received an implant from the brain chip startup and is recovering well. The surgery is not a surprise. The US Food and Drug Administration, or the FDA, had given the company clearance in September to carry out the first trial of its implant on humans. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection, Musk said in a post on X on Monday, a day after the chip was implanted. The actual X post, formerly known as Twitter, says the first human received an implant from at Neuralink yesterday and is recovering well. Initial results show promising neuron spike detection. And I think that was around 10:37 p.m. on the 29th of January. Spikes are activity by neurons, which the National Institute of Health describes as cells that use electrical and chemical signals to send information around the brain and to the body. Musk did not provide further details. In follow-up tweets sent in between arguing about video games and bantering with far-right influencers, the businessman said the first Neuralink product was called, get this, Telepathy. It enables control of your phone or computer, and through them almost any device just by thinking, he wrote. Initial users will be those who have lost the use of their limbs. Imagine if Stephen Hawking could communicate faster than a speed typist or an auctioneer. That is the goal. Musk has a long history of bold promises but a spottier record of fulfilling them. In 2016, he wrongly predicted that within 2 years it would be possible for a Tesla to drive autonomously from New York to Los Angeles. The year he said his SpaceX rocket company would fly to Mars in 2018. It still has not. In 2017, Musk suggested Neuralink's first product would be on the market in about 4 years. However, Tuesday's news was a significant milestone towards that goal, said Anne van Hostenberg, a professor of active implantable medical devices at King's College London. For the brain-computer interface community, we must place this news in the context that while there are many companies working on exciting products, there are only a few other companies who have implanted their devices in humans. So Neuralink has joined a rather small group, she added. I expect Neuralink will want to give the participant time to recover before they start training their system with that participant. We know Elon Musk is very adept at generating publicity for his company, so we may expect announcements as soon as they begin testing. Although, true success in my mind should be evaluated in the long term by how stable the interface is over time and how much it benefits the participant. The startup study, Prime, is a trial for its wireless brain-computer interface to evaluate the safety of the implant and surgical robot. Researchers will assess the functionality of the interface, which enables people with quadriplegia to control devices with their thoughts. According to the company's website, Neuralink and Musk did not immediately respond to further requests for further details. Musk replied to a crypto influencer on X who quoted him as saying the company would help in restoration of sight. To add that blind sight was another product Neuralink was working on. Reuters reported this month that Neuralink was fined for violating U.S. Department of Transportation or DOT rules regarding the movement of hazardous materials. During inspections of the company's facilities in Texas and California in February 2023, DOT investigators found the company had failed to register itself as a transporter of hazardous material. The agency's records show. They also found improper packaging of hazardous waste, including xylene, a flammable liquid that can cause headaches, dizziness, confusion, loss of muscle coordination, and death, according to the U.S. Center of Disease Control and Prevention. Neuralink received FDA clearance last year for its first trial to test the company's implant in humans, a critical milestone for the startup. Reuters reported in June that the company was valued as high as $5 billion based on private stock trades. Neuralink announced the implant trial in September. The company said during the study, a robot developed by the company would surgically place the implant's ultra-fine threads that help transmit signals in participants' brains. Like I always said, Earth is amazing. I mean, come on. Soon, let's just say, I wonder what we're going to be able to do with this. But like I said, Earth is amazing. Not just the people, not just the places, but what we have done with it all, what we have done with what it has provided us. Once again, welcome to another episode of Focus. Thanks for joining us, and take care. Okay, so thanks for staying tuned or sticking in for the thoughts and facts section. I'm going to keep it pretty brief, but as I always say, in the grand scheme of it all, our history is pretty vast and we're making it pretty fast. So, it's all down to your perception of it. So, Neuralink. Neuralink Corp is an American neurotechnology company that is developing implantable brain-computer interfaces. Based in Fremont, California as of 2022, founded by Elon Musk and a team of 7 scientists and engineers. Neuralink was launched in 2016 and was first publicly reported in March 2017. The CEO in 2016 was Jared Birchall, founded 21st of June 2016, mentioned that. And headquarters in Fremont. Number of employees as their last count was about 300 in 2022. And as for Elon Musk, that's a pretty well-known name. I'm pretty sure I don't need to give you any facts about the man in question. So, back to Neuralink. I mean, I could give you a little breakdown of what brain implants are if you have heard, which I'm pretty sure you have. There have been many experiments, implants, tries, tests, some successful, some not. And with the first variants being simple amputees being targeted, to then moving it up to optical implants, or I suppose I skipped a stage. You had hearing implants as well, but now we've gone right to the top, to the head, for lack of a better phrase. We are implanting technology, microchips, into our brains, which is incredibly more complex but has been done before on Neuralink. That has to be said. There are a few companies who have been successful, many of which who allowed people who were in incredibly disastrous states to regain more than a semblance of what you would call normal day life. There was a report of a motorcyclist, I believe, who was in an accident. Sorry that I don't have these facts at hand. Who was able to use some form of brain implant associated with a robotic exoskeleton or exoskeletal suit, and that allowed him to walk. There was another one, or there's many others who have allowed people, babies, children, mothers to hear their children, babies, parents, and relatives, even partners. And you have others who have allowed people to be able to see. Like I said, a much better semblance of life compared to what they had. Now, Neuralink's first targeted participants in the study are, well, I would say, as he said, people who are paraplegic, or I would have to think goes without saying that the people who would have to, I won't say trial this on, and I will say it like this because people are not guinea pigs, but at the end of the day, they are the ones volunteering for this because they see the benefits of this technology, how it can give them a more normal, or bring some normality back to their day-to-day lives. But normal is far from what this will be. The implant itself is going to allow you to connect to any wireless device, computer or phone, and therefore theoretically any other wirelessly connected device. Now, I don't really want to go too far into the neurotechnology or even the science behind brain technology. But depending on the brain, depending on how much function, how much capacity someone has, who knows if it's only something as simple as IQ, it might be something much more. Some people might be able to use this thing in adeptness and be able to master it. And I don't mean in the sense of just allowing them the use of these devices and technologies. Now, bear in mind, when I say devices and technologies, if this technology is successful, those implanted with it will therefore be able to have any number of optical, hearing, or physical, as in limb implants attached to them, and this implant can be connected to the brain implant, allowing them, I would say, some semblance of perfect functionality, but I have to take into account the transmission speed. As fast as computers are, we haven't simulated something that can work as fast as the brain transmits neurons from its core to every part of our body. But nevertheless, besides the transmission speed, this technology would allow the user to control and interface and receive signals from either one of these devices, be it arm, leg, hearing, or optical implant. So you have this that will completely revolutionize people's lives in any way you would like to say it. But Elon Musk is not just targeting, or should I say Neuralink isn't just targeting people who have lost limbs, or who were probably born in this state, or as the article said, who are paraplegic. Forgive me, I know the word is, I just don't like using it. Either way, I'm sorry. But it would allow anyone else who wants to opt in to have this implant access to this amazing technology. I mean, it's one thing clapping your hands and your phone responding to you or the light going off, but being able to think it and being able to power off every device in your house, turn it on when you want, activate the machine, turn on the heating. Who's to say how well these interfaces will work? Will we be able to access a camera and be able to see through it? How would that work? Our brains would be interfacing with this technology. Now, maybe initial users might not be able to, and the way I see it in my mind is see the actual image in their mind, the same way you see a thought developing or the same way you draw a picture in your head before you put it on paper? Will they be able to draw form and shape from the data received if they accessed a wireless device that then accessed a CCTV camera or an optical camera of any form for that matter? How would that be projected into the user's brain? How would we receive that? So, besides having our own eyes, would that allow us some kind of 3D perception? I mean, technology not so similar is being used to control robots from the ISS on Earth. And yes, it's simply just a VR transmitter. But what we are doing is mimicking, right? We are mimicking what we can do, and if anything, this technology will bring this form of mimicry even further. And instead of us having to, instead of it being a extrasensory perception or extrasensory sense, it would actually give us that full extrasensory perception, rather than it just being the physical form or the embrace or the sight through our own physical eyes. But either way, this technology is going to allow us to not just do stuff like that. I mean, that was just me going on. Like I said, that was just a thought. The other major implications of technology like this is, like I said, and I kind of got there with the VR ISS robot control interface. Right now you have drone pilots all over the world, and drones have evolved. They're no longer what you once knew as military, the planes that fly all over the sky. They are now mini tanks, mini helicopters, mini everything. And now, what would that do for or on a military scale? This technology could allow one operator to control who knows how many drones in a single chair. Bear in mind, just to control one drone alone takes a single operator hours of training. But since they target, take that back. Since gamers tend to be good at it, they tend to get the job, and it tends to be beneficial for them. And it always takes a learning curve for anyone who has not had frequent use or any kind of normal interface with how can you say it, an entertainment console, game console. Anyone who's ever played games, PS, Xbox, I'm sure you've caught the drift. The controller itself, the interface that they use to make what happen on the screen, is generally what's used on drones. So if you have to remove that altogether, and now all you have is a complete brain interface, once again with maybe repeated use, or maybe some people would just be tick to it like I don't know, a fish to water. It could change the scale of many things, but that's on a military scale. Why don't we look to a more domestic scale? All of these robots that have now been invented, all of these home helpers, all of these robotic assistants, however you want to classify it as. If someone who's not able, and I'm not saying not able, imagine if, let's say, someone has this implanted. We don't know how long it can last. We don't know to what extent these fine wires that were referenced will hold up, how long it will take for them to degrade, how long the technology itself will last. So we don't know whether or not it's going to be something that's going to have to be re-implanted every who knows how long. But if, let's say, someone who's at the elder stage in life, who maybe already had it, let's say the lifespan of one of these devices is 10 years. So let's say you got it when you were 70. Yeah. Bearing in mind that would be a pretty risky operation to have at 70 years old, but I'm just trying to put the idea in your mind. Apologies. For the next 10 years, whatever deterioration your brain or that occurs within your brain, I'm not saying this device could reverse it. I'm not saying this device could even stop it. That's a question in itself altogether. But what I am saying is, in those later stages in life, at those times where, bending down might be a little difficult or certain things might slip your mind, it would be easier to maybe set reminders and have things in your house physically remind you. I remember I did a show about a robot called Calico, a little robot that you could wear, which basically turned your arm in itself into a physical meter or progress bar, which would remind you or give you a visual reference. In turn, someone in that later stage of life could probably set their lights to remind them of something in a certain place. Maybe, given the way this whole system will be set up, it could be programmed to flash in a certain area, which would, draw them to that area, maybe remind them that they probably have to put their bins out, or there's something they just needed to do, just generally. I'm not reaching. I know it might sound like I am, but we don't know the ramifications of this technology. But I can tell you this, the ramifications of this is going to be huge. But you know what? We're 15 minutes in, and I think I could probably take up even more of your time, but you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna save this for another episode. We can rehash this at another time. But for now, it's time to carpe diem. If you haven't already, it means seize the day. Have a great one. Like I said, Earth is amazing. This technology has the potential to make it even more so. I haven't even gotten to all the things I think this could revolutionize. Space travel, medical tech, implants, not implants in the sense of robotic, I mean life-saving. So we're talking about kidneys, lungs, medical treatments. This can be a revolution for humankind on such a massive scale. But you know what? Once again, you might say I'm reaching. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Focus. Like I said, our history is pretty vast and we're making it pretty fast. And I always promise to keep it pretty brief, but you know what? In the grand scale of it all, it kind of was. Stay tuned for another episode. And like I said, have a great day. For links to the articles, check out the episode description. If you want to leave a comment, check out the trailer description for the email address. For topics like these and more, check out future episodes. Like I said, the world is an amazing place. There's a lot going on, and sometimes we just need to take a moment to focus.